Let's talk college. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's Aramis. For a while now, I've been getting like so many videos asking me to talk about college advice and all the stuff to look forward to in college. And honestly, I just haven't touched the subject because I think talking about college is boring. But I figured I could do it like chit chat, get ready with me style to kind of make it more like personal and more interesting to watch. So if you guys are curious to know my little bit of tips for y'all, just keep watching. My face is already moisturized and primed and all of that good stuff. And I need to start on my brows, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So let's start off with the most basic question, okay? And then we'll get into all the good stuff. Of course, the most basic question is, how do I choose which college I want to go to? Well, let me tell you guys this from a personal note. If you are not a person that does not like to be far from home and all of this other stuff, do not think that, you know, you have a problem and that you need to go to a school a little bit further from home so that you can kind of branch out, you know, away from everybody. Because you might just be a person that likes the city or the area that you live in, and if that's the case, choose colleges in that area, you know? Make sure that you tour the school first. I would visit the school at least twice before you made the decision to go, just to be like sure. But I would tour the school first, at least twice, you know, figure out the drive, figure out how far it is from home, figure out if it's gonna be an inconvenience for you to go or not. And also make sure that you really like the school. Don't go to a school that your mama and daddy want you to go to, like, cause girl, your mama and daddy is not gonna be the ones in them classes at the school like you are. So make sure that it's somewhere that you're happy. I also want to throw in here and say that community college, no matter what they tell you, community college is definitely school. Any attempt to do anything besides a high school diploma, and I'm not, you know, discrediting anyone that just has a high school diploma, I'm just saying anything beyond that, even an attempt, even if you don't finish, you know, that's something. So if you choose to go to community college straight out of high school rather than university, then I'm just here to let you know that, you know, you're not any less than. If it works for you, it works for you, honey. No, you know what? I'm just letting you know none of that really matters after you graduate anyways. When choosing a dorm room, make sure that you're not trying to challenge yourself in any way. Like, I knew that I was the type to say, you know what, Aramis, you don't like sharing bathrooms with girls. You don't. But it's because you don't have any sisters, so you were not really adjusted to girls. So maybe, you know, to make friends, just stay in the traditional dorms, meet more people, just share the bathroom for at least a year, just to say you did it. No, bitch, don't do it. You don't want to go that route, okay? You'll be very unhappy, and the only benefit that came out of that option was that it was cheaper. But I mean, personally, I would stick, if you are a person that does not like, you know, too many people in your face, or just don't like sharing a bathroom altogether, make sure you choose the sweet style of dorming, but be aware that somebody gotta stay in them traditional dorms, girl, so apply on time. I think a big tip for you guys to know is that you really should not expect your roommate to be your first friend or your best friend on campus. In a lot of situations, like for example my situation, I didn't really care for my roommates, the first two that I had. I didn't care for them. I didn't like them, I didn't dislike them, we just didn't talk. And it wasn't because I was antisocial. Like, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Everyone doesn't, you know, with me, it's either you like Aramis or you don't like Aramis. But it's not because I'm super social. So I get the whole antisocial thing, but if I just feel like if we're going to be living together, we need to at least have like conversations here and there, and neither of my first two roommates wanted to talk. They barely talked. So, you know, just realize that sometimes you might have to leave that dorm room outside of class hours to meet other people on campus, because your roommate might not be your favorite person. I got this question the other day to my Snapchat asking me, you know, it's this long scenario. She was basically telling me she's been friends with this girl so long. She doesn't really have many other friends in high school, and she was asking me, do you think that they should room together, as in the whole best friend move in together for college thing? And I straight up told her I don't see the problem. I surprisingly disagree with the whole don't move in with your best friend type thing, because I would rather feel more comfortable with someone that I already knew and learn newer things about them, like through living with them, than being with someone that I don't know and, you know, just constantly worrying about your stuff being stole or something like that. Like, because you're dealing with someone you just don't know, and if they're already your best friend and not just a friend, I don't see the issue in it. I've been living with my best friend for 2 years now, but granted, this was a best friend that I did meet in college, so, but, you know, after our first freshman, well, when did we move in? I moved in with my best friend second semester of freshman year, so you know what? You might meet somebody on campus. So I've been using the Revlon Color Stay foundation, and I actually really like it. It's a good drugstore foundation to use for now. Really like it. Okay, so let's talk about how to make a schedule. The good thing about not being in high school anymore is the ability to choose when you wake up and when you go to sleep. And I feel like I personally feel like how you choose your classes is totally a slept on topic. It's not stressed enough that if you are not a morning person, do not take morning classes. It's not stressed enough. I don't feel like it's talked about enough. I feel like people assume that it's common sense when in all actuality, it's not so common, because I make the same mistake of taking early classes every single year. And I'm bringing this up because I know a lot of you guys will be able to relate. Me, I work overnight. I work a job that has me going to work from 10 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. 3 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week, depending on how bad I need money. I thought that by scheduling early classes, I could just chill after I got off work and then go to class, but that's not true. I'm extremely tired when I get off work, and I sleep through that class often, and that's not good. Even before I was working, I knew that back in high school, I was not a morning person, but I was just like, you know what, you're an adult now, you need to start waking up early and on time to getting certain things done in your day. Guess what? Still didn't wake up. To avoid missing class, which you should try your hardest to at least do that. Like, if you're not going to do the work, try not to miss class. To avoid missing class, schedule them around your sleeping time. If you're a super early person and you like waking up super early, then get a bunch of 8 a.m.s and have the rest of your day to yourself. If you're a person that likes sleeping until 12 o'clock, get classes that start at 2. And you know what? There's no shame in the game. People be in class all day anyway. If I could have the perfect schedule, because I know I like to sleep, I would have my classes go from like 2 to 5:30 if I could have the perfect schedule. So, you know, just, you know what you like. So get classes around the times that you would want to be in them. Okay, I'm about to go in with the Maybelline Master Conceal. It's a really light shade, so I kind of put it on first to highlight, but I really like this concealer. I didn't think I would, because it's like a lot more watery than what I normally use, but it actually does a really good job of concealing. So I want to go over meal plans, because I also feel like this is something that they don't tell you. Freshmen at most universities, I'm not sure anywhere else, I'm just speaking from my own personal experiences. Freshmen usually are required to have some type of meal plan. I know at my school when I was a freshman, I was required to have something along the lines of 2 meals a day. It was like 14 swipes a week. You know, I didn't have to use them, but I did have to pay for it out of my tuition. So, you know, this is my thing. Regardless if you pay your tuition or you have scholarships, somebody is paying for this, so just eat the food. I feel like all the money that you are given from your parents throughout your time in college should be spent on, you know, clothes and, you know, the amount it costs to get in the door at the bar, like, you know, things that you can actually enjoy it with. But whenever you find yourself spending a lot of money on food in college, it's kind of hard to deal with. it's already hard enough being a college student and being broke all the time, but when your money goes to food unnecessarily, when you already have a meal plan, like, it's just an expense you could just go ahead and cut really short. So yes, that's my hugest advice, is just to eat off the meal plan and use your money towards something tangible at least. You see how my dark circles are just gone? Like, I just really love it. And then I go on top with the cool tan from LA Girl Pro Conceal. Remember that in college, social events are so important, okay? I know mom and dad and every other adult likes to tell you, you know, you don't need to be partying, you need to be studying, all this stuff, which they're not lying. You don't need to go to everybody's party, but going to these parties is more than just the party. You meet a lot of people going to things like parties and kickbacks and other stuff like that. You meet a lot of people, and this is good because these people can one day help you out. Realize that friends that you had in high school won't always be your friends. I've learned that. I've only been out of high school, we're going on almost 3 years now, and I don't even have half of the friends that I had when I was in high school. So these people that you meet at these parties, they may one day, you know, be a connection to someone really important that you may or may not need in the future. Everyone in college isn't there to get super drunk, get super fucked up every single day and fail out, you know? Like, everybody's goal is not that. You know, a lot of us pay out of pocket for school, so just because you go to a party once or twice a month doesn't make you, you know, quote unquote a statistic, if you get what I'm saying. I'm taking my Black Radiance cream beige stuff. Now I'm going to talk about the pressures of college and how to deal with them. Maybe like 2 months into college, you start getting like panicky because it's just like, you know, the semester started off a lot easier. What the fuck happened? Why does everybody want something to do at the same time? Like, you know, you panic. One thing I've learned to do is to kind of have like a dry erase calendar. Mine is up here on my wall, and I literally go through all of the syllabus for my class, because if you're a college student, you know how important syllabus are. I go through the syllabus of every single one of my professors, and like once every 3 weeks I fill out my calendar. I'll just fill out my calendar and have like a rotating dry erase calendar, so I know what all is due, and I'll know like, okay, shit, if I'm trying to go on vacation this weekend, I'm gonna have all of this homework, you know, all bam 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 done, so I don't have nothing to do. Like, I have my whole board filled out 3 weeks in advance, so I know what's coming up. So, you know, that works for me. That's just a little thing that I do. You know, do what works for you. If you're a person that likes to set dates on your phone, whatever, do what works for you. Okay, so let's talk about like in class and like studying and stuff, the boring stuff. The college I go to the University of West Georgia, if you do not know. The class sizes are actually, they can vary. Like my freshman year, I had an English class. There was only like 12 of us in there. And then here I am my junior year, and I have like a history class with over 200 people. So, I mean, they vary. But one thing you have to know is that regardless of class size, there's going to be a syllabus for that class. Every professor has a syllabus. And it's very rare that professors will remind you when things are due. A lot of the time they just expect you to read the syllabus and to know, which is why that calendar comes in handy. Make sure you really read the syllabus, map out when homework is due. Don't be that person that misses an assignment just because they didn't know about it. Like, don't take that L. Like, don't do it. It's not worth it. With studying, it pretty much, you know, goes along with what I was saying earlier about the kind of person you are. I know that whenever I'm in my own house and comfort, I get very lazy. It's very difficult for me to study at home. Although I've done it before, it is extremely difficult for me to study at home because, you know, I'm just like, okay, let me take a quick nap. And, you know, I'm gonna start at 7, end up waking up at 7:30, like, okay, we're gonna start at 8, and then, you know, I'm doing this all night. So, One thing that I found helpful was to go to the library directly after my class was over. Like after I'm doing classes for the day, if I don't have to work, I'm just gonna go to the library right after class and, you know, stay in there. Just, you don't even need much in the library depending on how often you go. Like if you do this like twice a week, you only be in the library like 2.5 hours each time, which is straight. It's straight, you know, it ain't 5 minutes, but you know, it's better than being in there all day. A big difference from being in high school is that these professors that you have, it's very rare that a professor knows your name, especially your first name. But the cool thing about that is that the professors on most universities are required to have these things called office hours, right? And office hours is just 2 to 4 hours a week, I think, that the professors have to be in their offices just chilling, and this might be the time they used to grade, like just depends on the professor, but they're required by the dean to have these hours. So this is the time for people like us to go to their office and just ask questions, just get familiar with them, you know, stuff like that, so that when that final grade comes and you with an 87, that professor's like, oh, she's been in my office a couple of times, let me go ahead and bump her up to a 90. You know, stuff like that really does happen. So I make sure to visit all of my teachers' office hours, each professor at least twice in a semester, just so that they know my face. So the makeup is super shiny but basic today. Yes, because if I'm not going to do eyeshadow or lashes, I will do highlighter. I'm going to Walmart to buy more lashes, so that's why I'm not wearing lashes. And I just didn't feel like doing eyeshadow today. I actually have a lot of errands to run, a little bit of time, so this is what I came up with. So you remember that hair yesterday where I was just like, I was washing it and I was like, the hair lost body, or it ain't gonna no body wave? Well, I lied. This is the hair all air dried and put onto my head with no styling whatsoever. Didn't even gel the cap down, literally just put the wig on, and here's the wave. So there's a little bit of body wave, but I guess this is what they call wave when it's bodied. My bad. If you guys take anything from this video, okay, I really want you to know that college is an experience for everybody. It's different for everybody. It's overall fun. In college, there's going to be a lot of different life lessons that you learn. You are going to go broke a couple of times. Your mama or daddy ain't going to answer that phone when you need them on time. Like, your car gonna break down somewhere, you're too far from home. Like, y'all, life is gonna happen to you when you in college, but just remember, you are adulting. This is adulting. I'm currently 20 years old and I'm adulting. If you guys have any questions or you want me to do another chit chat like this, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below and I'll be sure to read, because I read all of my comments. Also, thank you for all the love I've been getting on my channel. I really appreciate it. Welcome to all the new fam to the channel. I'm AramisLovesYou. What's up? Welcome. So don't forget to give me a cute thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.